Chapter 5, Problem 3. This is exercise 5.6 in your text. By the end of this semester, you're going to think that I'm either really clever, really lazy, or probably both. But I'm going to show you the official way to do this problem, and I'm going to show you the down and dirty, oh my God, I can't believe it's that easy way. Let's go through and read the information as given. They tell us that we're making a basket that sells for $15 per basket and whose variable expense is $3 per basket. So if it sells for $15 and the variable expense is $12, I know my contribution margin per basket is $3. I also know that my contribution margin ratio, 3 over 15 is 1/5, is 20%. That's really the only information you need to do the rest of this problem. It asks you what the break-even point in unit sales is. Well, we have to cover $4,200 worth of fixed expenses. We make $3 per unit. 3 into 42, 1,400 units. It says, what is the break-even point in dollars? Divide the break-even point by the contribution margin ratio, 21,000. The last one, there's no down and dirty for. We have to work that one out. But that's the unofficial way to do it. That's the way I do it. Quick, fast, down, dirty, easy, and accurate. It's not one of those things that'll get you kind of close. It's absolutely accurate. I'm going to show you that as we go through it, following step by step as the book does it. Break-even point, by definition, is that point where the economic profit equals 0. In other words, all expenses have been covered. So, we need the unit contribution margin, which we computed as 3, times the quantity, and we're not sure what that is, so we'll leave that as Q, minus 4,200. We're now going to do some math, and we come up with 3Q minus 4,200 equals 0. So if 3Q minus 4,200 equals 0, just move the 3Q over, get minus 3Q equals minus 4,200. We can change the signs on both. So 3Q equals 4,200. Q is 4,200 divided by 3, because we divide both sides by 3, and we end up with 1,400. Exactly the same as we got doing my down and dirty method. Whole lot easier, a whole lot less time. Now let's do the break-even point in dollars. The unit sales to break even in dollars is 1,400. That's what we just figured out here. The selling price per unit is $15. That was given to us in the fact pattern. 1,400 times 52, I'm sorry, I'm making up numbers. $15 times 1,400, 21,000. That's the break-even point in dollars, which is exactly what we got here. And here, all we did was we took the 4,200 divided by the contribution margin ratio. Here we took the 4,200 divided by the contribution margin. Gave us the same exact numbers with the same degree of accuracy. Okay, the next thing is if the company's fixed expenses increased by $600, what would be the new break-even point in unit sales, in dollar sales? Well, what we're really looking for is how many more sales do we need to break even with the additional $600? Well, $600 we're adding to the fixed cost. Divide that by the contribution margin of 3. We need 200 more units. Likewise, if we take that 600 units, the 200 units the additional 200 units that we need, and divide by 0.2, we're going to come up with the same number. Let's go through and prove it. And I was right, by the way. It is the 600, not the 200. Divided by 0.2, and it'll give us 300 more units. And that's what we're going to need. So let's do it. 200 more units. Let's do it. So, the new break-even point. Again, we have to go through this whole nonsense. Break-even point is with economic profit equals 0. So, we're now going through this whole thing again. We have $15 is the unit cost. We know what the contribution margin is, so we can just skip to that point. So we'll go 15 minus, was it 12? Yeah, minus 12. Times the quantity. We don't know what that is. Our new fixed expenses are now 48. Remember, they were 42. We still get to do the same thing. 3 times Q minus 4,800. 3Q equals 4,800. We just did the algebra. We just moved the 3Q over and changed the signs so that they're both positive. 3Q divided by 4,800 gives us a new break-even point of 1,600. We needed 200 more, so we add 200 more to the 1,400 break-even. That gives us the 1,600 units that we need. Now, the unit sales to break-even, the 1,600 units times the selling price per unit, $15, 24,000. The same number we came up with down and dirty way. Either way will give you the right answer. Learn one, absorb one, make it your own, and do the same thing all the time.